TP, I want to ask, do you believe Ross Bobrisky's behavior has encouraged a lot of homos to come out? And if so, why have they not been arrested?
The news says, after thorough examination, it was revealed that there was no evidence of gender or genital organ realignment. Bobrisky's male biological characteristics remain unchanged.
This country, we did not know that there are some laws that actually work. Now, as a whole Bobrisky, I can't see naira mutilation. I see which one can be naira mutilation again. Now, so myself, I rush you. A lot of you, as ignorant as we are, you know, but just the internet, they laugh. But this thing you are laughing about, you will fall victim one day.
It is no longer news that Bobrisky was arrested and eventually sentenced to 6 months in prison. Well, as it stands, Bobrisky will have to spend time there. Now, talking about Bobrisky sexuality, is Bobrisky a she-male, transgender, and all of that? Well, Bobrisky has cleared that out. Now, Very Dark Man has been on Bobrisky for a long time. I mean, both of them have been having it back to back. Finally, Bobrisky ended up in jail. Bobrisky somehow must have talked too much. So they decided to dig into certain things to put Bobrisky in prison. Not because this crime that Nigerians are beginning to be aware of. And I think many celebrities and also politicians will also be very careful about it. They now have come to realize that Nigerians will call them out if they are not also charged by the EFCC. Now, without further ado, let us listen to what Very Dark Man has to say, and we will be talking more. There is a lot that we'll be talking about.
Bobrisky sentenced to 6 months in jail without option of fine. Now, I feel really bad. And for those of you that are feeling really bad, there's a good side to all these things. Now, 6 months from now, we are in April, May, June, July, August, September, October. What happens in October in Nigeria? Independence. What is independence? Freedom. That means Bobrisky will be free within Nigeria independence. Now, watch this video of him caressing and touching a man on social media again. I will make sure I'll go to the end of the earth to make that happen. I can bet anybody any amount, and it will happen in this country. Number two, yesterday, as I was about to make a post about Bobrisky, now, if in this video, I literally said I will go to the end of the earth to make sure that man and man display for social media will stop. And I said, bet any amount it will happen in this country. How did I go to the end of the earth? I deliberately started insulting the DIGs to create an awareness, because I know that will create a very big awareness for it. Yes, I did that. I was sent. I go stay for cell for 10 days. Ask them. I don't tell them say I won't go out. So. I don't tell them say I won't go out. I come social media, everybody they laugh for comment section, and they look and they laugh. This is a chat. I said it pop and plain. I'll be arrested and you'll be arrested too. When the EFCC first began, nobody knew. I knew. I knew they had picked him up. Petition was filed. Orders were given. Do you understand? Orders were given. Moving on, I will bet anybody for this country, they born you with all those are just Brown, just Boogie and the rest. They born you where you are man, stand for year again. They rob on yourself. Just the way Bobrisky they do, and when they beside bathtub with man, they go, they rob man, they do this one, they do that one, they kiss man, they wear wedding gown, they do this one. Damn, they born you where. I won't know your connection. I won't know your connection. Damn. Nobody say me on no knock on yourself as a man and a man. Nobody say me you know do your transgender. Nobody say me you know do your cross dresser. Do you understand? But when he reach me, you can't carry another man, can't display him for our faces. You know one bomb picking, but we were one bomb picking. You won't come spoil him for us. Like I said, a lot of us no be saying to don't get me wrong. Do you understand? But we not come carry our own badness, can't they rub him for social media so that we go make all these small children they feel saying are waiting good. It's not so our fathers. Who tell you say our fathers plenty of them know the knack man. Who tell you say our mothers, plenty of them know the scissors. Do you understand? It don't happen years ago. But they didn't display it for us to see. So that we know go copy. But una carry and feel say, okay, yes. Yeah, when I go do and finish display money on social media, what you all make the children they think?
Obviously, when matters like this arise, there will be a lot of controversies. Now, this man said, Dr. Charles Omole, I have been observing this case for a while now. The 6-month sentence is a punitive option of the sentences guideline. S21 of CBN Act states a minimum of 6 months in jail or 50K in fine or both. The option of a 50K fine would have been sufficient for a first-time offender who struck a plea bargain, unless, of course, someone is trying to make an example of him. Now, let us listen to what Arise TV, one of the guests on Arise TV, said about this. I know that people have mixed reactions, but the truth of it is this. Something has to give. Something has to give. Something has to be done to put certain people in place. That is the truth of it. Bobrisky has done a lot. Let's watch and we'll talk more.
One thing you need to understand now is that Bobrisky has about 5 million followers, like they say in different social media. And then the last 2, 3, 4, 5 years, he's been one of the most, is it Googled or whatever, sought after personalities in the country. Now, I think, I don't know him, never met him once. I think it's just a very, very elaborate marketing structure, that he has put in place, to sell his services, which includes cosmetics and all of that, and then putting that controversial lifestyle out there to gather attention and all of that. But that said, this Bobrisky's trial, this Bobrisky's record trial, because it's a record trial. Since I've become an adult, I've not seen where police catch somebody. You get from the day they catch the person to conviction in 72 hours.
So do you believe it's a smoke screen? For the real reason why
No, I don't want to go there.
Okay.
I don't want to go there. I just think that this Bobrisky's issue has thrown up a very strong need for reforms in certain sectors. Okay. There's thrown a strong need for reforms in criminal justice system. There's thrown up a strong need for reforms in judicial procuring judgments. You get, that is why in advanced countries you have the juror system. You get now, so we are seeing a judge who has gone for the maximum in a case where the man has pleaded guilty and even cut a plea deal. Arguments are divided in this way. But for me, if there's a juror system, there will be some level of checks and balances. You get that? Now it's also thrown up. You get me now? Very importantly, the need for prisoners' rights, prison reforms. I'm very happy that the prisoners, if the authorities have said, "Oh, we are going to protect him." Okay. I would just hope they do that. Do you get me now?
I'm going to ask that question because that's very pressing.
Then, very importantly, we cannot continue to play the ostrich game with the increasing rampantness of same-sex relationships. Does this present law address it? That's a question we need to ask ourselves and very seriously.
I think the society also have a duty. Society has a role to perform.
CP, I want to ask, do you believe Ross Bobrisky's behavior has encouraged a lot of homosexuals to come out? And if so, why have they not been arrested if they have broken the law of same-sex relationships? Or is it that the Nigerian police is afraid of the global backlash from such actions because human rights groups and the United Nations officials have expressed grave concern about the scope of the law, like Duke of Shomolu just said, its vague provisions and the severity of punishments?
You see, same-sex law, same-sex is an offense against our laws, our criminal code and penal code. And it's not allowed. Homosexuality and so forth, lesbianism is not allowed in our laws. And if it's not allowed, it is now left for the security agencies, law enforcement agencies to enforce these laws. Because when they don't enforce it, it becomes as if it's a norm. It's not acceptable behavior or conduct, which is not allowed, what the law provides. So I think it's because our security agencies have not been up and doing in enforcing these laws. And then the society also should be made these moral values. What it's doing, the point is that Africans, Nigeria in particular, we have moral values. And if society does not moral values, it's doomed. Our moral values should be protected. Can you imagine somebody saying you want to be transformed to a man, to a woman? How does that done? Are you the creator? You didn't create yourself. You didn't create yourself. God, the creator, knows why he created you as a man or a woman. So therefore, I don't think it is morally right. We shouldn't allow globalization or modernization to come and bastardize our moral values.
Welcome back. The truth of the matter is this. We, as you heard the elderly man said, we cannot, because of globalization, destroy our own principles as human beings. We cannot afford to have this confusion in our society. It is messy. We do not even have the financial capability to manage the consequences of these things. Already we are dealing with venereal diseases and STDs and all of that. Imagine we begin to have extra of this. How then do we handle it? How do we put it together? It is going to be worse. It's going to be serious. It is going to be serious. Now, the thing is this. It's not as if people don't commit crime, but there are certain crime that the police often wave away, like they're not aware of it, or they care less about being, they just don't want to do nothing about it. That doesn't mean that it is not there. What they did was just to look for what to nail Bobrisky with, which is okay by me. If you have to ask me, I'll tell you that I am happy, very happy, very, very happy that Bobrisky was finally shut down. I'm so happy. I'm so happy that Bobrisky has been shut down. I'm so happy. At least with this, when Bobrisky, God willing, comes out of wherever it is, I don't think he will want to make same mistakes again. Yes, they said Naira mutilation and all of that. That's what they said. Abuse of Naira. That's what it simply means. But the truth of the matter is that Bobrisky, when he comes out of wherever it is that he is, although it has been confirmed that Bobrisky has not done anything, they know why they had to announce that Bobrisky has not cut any part of his body, apart from his bum, his behind that he has enhanced, I think he did enhance that back of his, which is something that he can do. Maybe he puts on something, but they say that he has not mutilated his physical male organ. He has not done any of that. So guys, I don't know what you guys think of this one. It is something that we all need to work upon. Our society cannot be, look at the decay that we have already. Imagine we have cross-dressers all over the place. And do you know that we already had it before, but they are beginning to grow wings. Like if nothing happens to Bobrisky, why not them? Why not them? You see, we need to really deal with these things. We need to deal with it. If we are to get anything right in our society. So I'm very glad that it happened the way I knew something was going to happen, because a very dark man started screaming and shouting, and he accused the police. That you have kept your mouth and your eyes and your ears short. You have kept it. That's it. That's the truth. So I don't know what you guys think of this one. Don't you think it's a welcome development? I am a man, my lord. Bobrisky tells judge in court before prison sentence. And afterwards, they needed to check if he's really a man. And they found out and confirmed that Bobrisky is truly a man. Meaning his genitalias are there. His physicalness are there. Bobrisky is benching, but pretending. So he brought up this, or came up with this elaborator. He's just not ready to take off his main brocos, not ready yet. Maybe not yet ready yet. Using this foolishness to deceive people. Now, Bobrisky don't cast. If Bobrisky knows he don't cast now, Bobrisky knows that if Bobrisky opens his mouth anyhow again, and they enter Bobrisky, you guys know how these things will end now. You know how these things will end. It will not end well. It won't end well. That's the thing. It won't end well. So, Bobrisky will shut his mouth. Bobrisky has never spent time in prison before, in jail. Now it has been recorded that Bobrisky is a prisoner. So he will put himself right. He will put himself right. He will realize that he's nothing in Nigeria. Because all of a sudden they started creating this image of we are super people. You know, these people that are opposite of things. They always think, yes, we have power, we have connection. Now they have made him know you don't have connection, you are nothing. That's the truth. That's the truth. That is the truth of it. So, that's the truth. That's the truth. So, I don't know what you guys think of this one. Are you comfortable with what happened? Do you like this? Drop it in the comment section. Do you like what happened? Is this what you have been expecting? Is this what you have been thinking about? Is this your expectation? Or you need more measure, like more punishment should have been given to Bobrisky? He wants to turn our society upside down. We have issues. Now, if you go on social media, you see people saying, the government, they have tried. Have they been able to deal, EFCC, have you been able to deal with all the corruption in Nigeria? What about politicians? What glory is Bobrisky bringing to Nigeria? Confusion that we will end up suffering. I mean, don't you know that? You see, at the end of the day, it boils down to you and I, not the children of these politicians. Many of them are abroad. Many of them are abroad. They're already in a society where these things are accepted. So you, what will you do? What will you do at the end of the day? What will you do at the end of the day when you have to deal? When you have to deal with the consequences that comes with this lifestyle. That is the point. What will you do about it? When the consequences come. Because these things comes with a lot of consequences. Go and look at countries where these things happen. Go and look at those countries. If not because they have structures that they have put in place, do you know how they manage these problems? Talk about the health crisis that comes from it. So guys, I don't know what you think of this one. The thing is, it has happened. Bobrisky has been made a scapegoat. Not because Bobrisky is the only person that has been sentenced for naira mutilation or spraying of naira. There is this actress. She was also the same thing. This actress, she was also arrested. Of course, there is option of fine. But the way of Bobrisky has been talking, I will do this, I will do that. It is enough for any judge to say, no, mister, you are going to jail. And that is what they did to Mr. Bobrisky. I don't know what you guys think of this one. Drop your comment about it. Like and share. See you in the next update.